Review the minutes, January 6th, the reorganizational and the regular meeting. I'll make a motion to accept the reorganizational meeting minutes.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes for the meeting on January 5th. All in favor? Bill list? Any questions on the bill list?
No.
I'll make a motion that we accept the bill list.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Treasurer's report.
Good evening. Just our routine.
And which one has the total amount left over for the state? Would it be the December one or this one?
Well, the December one is what we ended up with.
So that's what,
That was our ending balance for the CD. But I did use some for this in January, February's. I had to transfer 30,000 out to get us through. But we should be getting the first kind of that.
Alright, so when we get that back, actually, this is what we're gonna have from last year.
That's what's cash on hand.
Any questions on the treasurer's report?
No.
Okay, we'll file that for audit. Any questions on anything that we've gone over so far?
No? I figured he was gonna ask us where the soup was. You should figure you're gonna get on that one.
Where's Maureen?
She don't usually show up when it gets cold.
I don't know. I haven't seen her in months here.
Yeah.
She drove by me the other day in the street, she's still alive, but it seems like when it gets cold, she don't never show up. She did this last winter too. When it got real cold, she stopped showing up, till it warms up a little bit. I'm just guessing, I don't know if that's her figured it out. Seems to work out. I thought maybe she'd secretly bought a house in Florida or something, but I passed her the other day on the road, so.
She's here. Okay. She's been in church.
Alright, road report, driveway and road crossing permits for North Harmony and Floral Lane.
Oh, you did, never mind.
Sign it, we had no objections.
Who's this, Williams?
Yeah.
Yes. Couple of them there. You sign this while you're looking at that.
County.
No, I don't have it with
Yeah,
me.
we didn't bring out one either. Got an attorney.
I see. Do you want that? Or you want it? There's a few more things there. No, mention it. Under sewer.
It is the newest meeting.
Never touched that too. I must have put down some more salt or something.
Getting rid of the things.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it wasn't approved the last couple more.
Okay, we'll move on to
Can you
Old
take,
business?
can you take any comments on the road report at this time?
no, at the end of the meeting, we take the comments for everything that we've gone over.
Do you want that resolution under the road report?
Yeah, okay.
No.
I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution 2-15. This is for the agility program through PennDOT. We have to have this, and it has to be approved and sent to Harrisburg, and then we'll meet with the county man and discuss some options as to what they can do to help us and what we can do in return.
One second.
All in favor?
Um,
Aye. Attest to it.
Oh, I guess I need a test site.
If we want to do that, we can do that in the road report.
All right, whatever. All right, we hired a new part-timer for the time being. Probably will bring him on permanent eventually. His name's Trevor Payne. Going to be trained how to run the grade all, probably the grader as a backup heavy equipment operator. For the time being, he will be a temp. He's been plowing the snow with us and stuff so far. Gave everybody the flu.
Yeah, thanks. No. Retroactive.
What's that?
What was the date? Retroactive. Whatever.
Hey, well,
He
you
came
said you
in-
sat here.
Yeah, it was either the second or the fourth, which was it? I wanna say it was February 2nd.
That's probably the same.
I'll look on his application.
You probably should get on the application before that.
Yeah. You, Conrad's making a motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion.
I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Okay, anything else on the road report? And we'll move on to old business. Pass ordinance number 50 for the PSAT's unemployment compensation group.
even though we've been a member for years, they now want an ordinance, and it has been reviewed by our council and approved. I'll make a motion to accept ordinance 50.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do you have any other old business? Any other old business?
Not that I can think of.
New business, subdivision for Demi on Grinnell Road. This is up behind their house?
Yeah, it's on Stephen.
Yeah, it's up on Stevens there.
Okay.
You know where my dad keeps his log pile up there? There's like the yellow cables that go across right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Tell me that again, where's that? Yellow
Goes
cables?
up Stevens, from the Y, you go on up, continue
Yeah.
up Stevens, and you'll see logs up there, and there's a
On the left.
cable, yeah. Almost right behind Rich's house.
Yeah, right before you get to that like kind of little field next to the road, it's right before that on the left.
Where power lines run down
I
through.
was just up there scattering cinders the other day, and I just wasn't paying any attention to nothing. Fine. I've probably seen a pile of logs in the yellow cable, just never,
Actually, the logs are gone. They're just the cables
Yeah.
there now.
I have no objections.
you know, just a house, right?
Yeah.
They did want me to ask at the planning committee or whatever. There's an existing driveway right there. Do I need to get a driveway permit or no?
How long's the driveway been here, forever?
As long as I can remember.
I would say have Jimmy go up and look.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, have Jimmy go up and look. Well, I'll send the roadmaster up, if it needs to have a pipe or something under it,
Okay.
then we'll go down that road. If he says it's fine,
Yeah,
then
I
we
don't.
probably won't.
That
because
would be the biggest concern, and then, it's been there normally, it's
Yeah, I don't really think there'd be any drainage problems with it. It's
Yeah. Well, we'll let him make that call, he'll decide.
yeah.
He'll go take a look.
They would probably need a letter one way or the other from us.
Right. Well, if it already been there, it's grandfathered in, right?
Yeah.
And if it-
All it needs is a letter that
And if it's fine, you know, if it suits all the water flow and this, that, and the other thing, no one can complain about it before, and it's probably fine. We'll
Yeah.
let him make the call, let him walk and walk.
Okay. But you were saying I would need a letter from you guys to the planning committee or something?
Yes.
Probably, yeah, that we had.
I don't think they would pass it without.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't seem too concerned about it. They just told me to ask you guys. They were
Right.
like, I don't know.
Right, right. It's probably not gonna be a big deal.
Okay.
yeah.
Have you started the sewer process, sewage?
I had it perk tested, and the septic, or the septic system's getting designed. There'll be like an easement, because it wouldn't perk up there because the grade was too steep. There's gonna be an easement for a gravity fed system to go down onto my dad's there. so that was all in the map.
Okay.
But yeah, it was all perked and everything.
Did you go through COG?
Yeah, I started going through COG right before you guys switched, I guess.
Okay.
So he, you know, it was under you or under them
You're
when I
kinda
applied
stuck
for
with
it.
them now.
Yeah. So was it Laurie or Ken?
Ken Laurie.
Laurie, yeah, he perked it and designed it, but shortly after you guys switched over, so I don't
Or did they have to finish it?
finish it in terms of,
Approval.
Yeah.
okay.
Anything they have started,
Yeah, I mean, it's,
and then it's their baby until it's done.
sure, it's all approved, but I didn't know if this new,
No.
well, I didn't know if the new inspection agency that you guys were using was gonna do the inspections on it though.
I don't believe so. I don't, what, the actual house part of, being he's done with the sewer and water and the COG,
That would be it.
JHA gonna deal with the house part
I
of
would
it?
think
Then
so.
probably JHA will be doing like your electrical inspections and your,
Okay, so I would still be going to COG for my sewer
For your
inspections?
sewer, and once you
Yeah.
finish up with that, then you can switch over to JHA.
Okay, and just use them for the building inspections and stuff?
right.
Okay.
All right, we have a resignation from our tax collector. We have advertised the last couple of weeks. What was it, 4, 5?
We have 5
5 people
interested.
interested, so we're gonna be meeting with them and try to pick out somebody to finish it out this year, and then they'll be running this year to go for
Yes.
next year.
Yes. Especially with the new rules going in. Yes. They had a baby in September, and he wants to have family time with a 14-year-old and a baby. He's putting family first.
Been doing it a long time too.
9 years.
And
Family business.
my dad started it, we think in 1964, and then my mother took over when he passed away. And yeah, it's been a long time.
And if you wanna put that on file. Also, we've met with the USDA on our sewer. And there's still more upgrades that will be forthcoming, and trying to bring it back under control, where it's not gonna be losing so much money each year. We're gonna pursue that and see how we make out.
I know, we have to go through the DLR. CED, after we get his initial, we should make sure we're entitled, and then okay.
Over the last year, we've been looking at different options to see what we can do. And being as though we do have to do more upgrades before our permit expires. Looks to be about the best way to pursue this. Try to bring in the most reasonable rate increases that we have to do. But I just wanted to mention that. Do you have any other new business?
I don't believe so, no.
Karen,
Things
you
are
have anything?
quiet lately.
I don't think I'm missing anything. Okay.
One thing, Carol, are you still making that little graph thing and giving it to Jimmy every month? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Public comment?
I'm expecting to
borrow some more money from USDA for the?
It would be,
Basically what it boils down to is,
we're gonna make the upgrades and also, refinance everything that we have and get it all in one. And being as though it's a 40-year loan and the interest rate, what they're proposing is lower than what we have right now.
what they're proposing is 3%. The loan we have now went into adjustment mode last April the 3rd. So, being the way the market is and what I'm hearing that the feds are gonna do, I expect the rate to jump up probably 0.5% from 3.25 to 3.75, which is gonna send it right into a tailspin. Is where, and then if we have to do the upgrades and try and borrow that amount, God knows what the interest rate will be on that. So if we do it all at once and get it over with, the price, the cost of operating this thing should remain stable for about 20, maybe 30 years before the government up and decides they want something else added to it, you know? You can't look in your crystal ball much further than that because you don't know what they're gonna decide they wanna do.
The main upgrades is from DEP with the permit, with the discharge, and the Chesapeake Bay. Some of the other areas down below have gone through that. So that's part of the stipulation of the permit, that you have to have this, and the system is 20 years old. We can get new pumps.
You still plan to stick with the fabulous? This resolution for PennDOT agility. I don't recall Harford doing that before.
Yeah, we had one a long
We've
time
signed
ago.
up at least twice.
Did you ever get anything out of it?
No, we have never
I've never heard of a municipality.
participated.
It's something that we're gonna explore. We do have one bridge deck that needs some work on it before it gets too bad. That could be an option.
You got some guardrails that could be replaced, you know, updated, upgraded, and some places that need guardrails.
But then what are they gonna want from you?
Well, that's what we're gonna sit down and talk. Basically, I think what we can offer the most would be roadside mowing.
That's about all we can offer, really.
You know, but in order to just sit down and talk with them, they have to have this resolution.
Doesn't mean we have to accept it when they get here. If we don't like their deal, it's done, it's over with, you know.
I understand he also has similar problems at the Tingley Lake.
He had a,
Sewer backup.
yeah, that was back in October.
No,
October.
Yeah.
Well, I believe what it all
Yeah,
boiled
he
down
had-
to is the flapper
it was-
valve broke off.
The check valves were messed up and plowing sewer.
But he wanted you to pay for part of it, right? So, was that resolved? Was it flooded his lower floor?
The insurance company, our insurance company went and looked, and they denied it. Right?
They denied the claim?
Yeah.
Has he come back on it?
No, we haven't heard nothing.
He's in Puerto Rico. Okay, thank you.
I'd like to know if it's our Township Solicitor's legal opinion that the phrase local rule, law, or regulation means exclusively land division, or subdivision and land development ordinance. Is that what that exclusively means? A local regulation or law or regulation? In the back of our subdivision and land development ordinance, it says they must comply with any local rule, law, or regulation. In your opinion, rule, law, and regulation means only a subdivision and land development ordinance?
What are you referring to? You say our.
The township, or the county has a subdivision and land development
Right.
ordinance. In the end of that, it says that any operations must comply with all local, state, federal, applicable rules, laws, and regulations. States three things.
Right.
In your opinion, a rule, a law, or regulation exclusively means subdivision and land development ordinance?
No, as an example, in order for the one that was reviewed tonight, the county needs to know whether the driveway.
Right. In regards to the Miller Compressor Station, Williams Corporation
Yeah.
Miller Compressor Station, in
Okay.
regards to that.
Are we talking about the noise ordinance?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that the noise ordinance, the opinion of our county solicitor, he says the only
He
applicable
is our
local
county solicitor.
rule, law, regulation
No, you're
would be a
county.
subdivision. He said
Right.
that if we had
The-
that,
Right.
that would be the only applicable local law.
The municipality planning code makes it very clear that if there is a county zoning or planning ordinance, that has precedent over a township's rules that
It has,
if they include specific ordinances in, say, the county, in this particular case, the county does have a noise ordinance as part of the noise component, I would say, as a part of their overreaching planning module. So if it's in there, it takes precedent over something that the township has, and that's to avoid any kind of confusion. If you're going to the county planning and you want to build something, you want to be sure that once you have covered all your base with the county, the township's not going to come back and say, oh no, you have to do X, Y, Z. If we don't have one, and we don't have one in
Right,
Hartford, they take precedent. If we had a planning, if we had
I
our
agree
own
that-
saldo, that would be different.
I agree that it's plain and clear that their subdivision and land development has to apply in Harford
Right.
Township because we don't have one. But in the end of that, where it says any applicable local laws, that would be an applicable local law.
But-
I don't see, where does it say
Right,
that?
our
where does it say the
noise
noise
ordinance
ordinance?
is applicable here.
Well,
Where does it say that?
And if you're
but
gonna,
only if they didn't include it.
Where does it say that
But
if it's
they have
included
to
that it
go with the more
overruns
stringent.
our special purpose ordinance? Where does it say that?
In the municipality planning code
It
says,
says that the subdivision and land development takes
Right,
precedence
takes precedent.
if we don't
Correct.
have one. That's
Right,
all
we
it says.
don't.
It doesn't say that it does away with any special
Right.
purpose ordinances. In
Right,
fact,
and you
it
have-
calls
always
on
have
in
to
the
go
end
with
of the
the more
subdivision and land
stringent.
development
well, see,
ordinance.
I don't agree with that. And the solicitor for the county and I are on the same base on this. The fact that their subdivision, their county subdivision plan includes a noise regulations within it, that takes precedent over our ordinance.
Over any local applicable laws,
Correct.
rules, and regulations.
Yes.
But
But
where
they
does it say that?
No,
a part
I
of the- Where does it say a
disagree
part
with
of the
that.
subdivision ordinance of the
And
county?
I'm not saying, you
you,
disagree.
if you take seizures just about every day and you gotta take medicine for it, and it gets worse,
Right.
then where are you at?
Right, no, I
I
agree.
wish I could switch with you.
I agree with you.
Well,
No,
I
well,
think-
No, I
think
really
it's-
wish I could give you
Where
with
I
my
live,
problem.
you'd have a hell of a time. I live by the hospitals. and-
That's why I don't live there. See, I bought up here 20-some years ago.
Right.
Because of neck injuries and everything.
But there is a county noise ordinance.
No, I think
No.
that has to be decided by a judge, I'm sure, because this is really splitting hairs. That a part of the land division would do away with any applicable special purpose ordinances.
Correct.
I think a judge has to decide.
Right, because
I don't think it says anywhere. I don't think it says
any.
anywhere that a piece of the subdivision land
That's
development of the
fine.
county does away with any special purpose ordinances. If it did,
I-
there'd be really hardly any need for any special purpose ordinances.
Correct.
So that can't be.
Unless there are ones that aren't covered by
They can't override
the
the
county
township.
planning commission.
No, it doesn't
No.
say anywhere that
No.
something in the land division, that has to be decided by a
Wait,
judge. I don't
we
think two solicitors can make the final
Right,
decision
because
on
the
that.
simple
We
fact
disagree.
is, we have to go with the more stringent law.
Oh, I don't know, I don't agree with that.
Oh, I
You
do.
know, you can't just pick the law. You
Right,
pick
that's
in
what you
what-
guys
pick
are
what has
doing, you're
precedent.
picking the law.
In relationship with
And you
other
can't
laws,
I'm not picking anything. I'm telling you that my interpretation of the municipality.
And I'm telling you, mine is
Please
this.
don't talk while I'm talking.
I
Now,
am.
I'm being very kind to you right now.
So am I.
You
Mr. Tuttle,
should
let
stop.
the lawyer
You should
speak,
stop
please, then
just
you'll get
for a
your
second.
turn. You'll get your turn,
You keep
okay?
talking over me. This is my opinion, and this is what I have given to the supervisors. The municipality's planning code tells us that the county takes precedent. That's what I've told them. That's my opinion. You have a different opinion, you have a different opinion, and that's fine. The solicitor for the county agrees with me. there's not much more I can do. I'm going to advise my clients that their ordinance is subservient to the county ordinance. But you have recourse with the county ordinance.
Yeah, we could take it in front of a judge to have them decide it.
Right, and this board's gotta go in front of the judge also.
I don't know what that means.
That means you,
Well, no.
we gotta get everybody involved here and get this thing straightened out. I mean, it's a mess.
I've done what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's
I've
exactly.
advised the supervisors. That's all I'm gonna do. That's all I can do. I don't have any authority past that. They ask me for an opinion, I give them an opinion. There's no litigation, there's nothing else. I've given my opinion, and I'll stand behind it.
And the
And
planning
also-
commission finalized the permit, right?
Finalize the, final approval on the, with the
Which-
discussion, two of the,
Right.
how many different board members? Two of them voted no.
Right.
Because of that piece. It's not a consensus that is the legal, there's many different legal opinions on this. And other lawyers we've talked to, many lawyers have looked at it, and it's not only one opinion on this. And so it does have to be decided by a higher authority.
Or the
Oh, and also-
legislature has to clarify what they want us to do.
Right, exactly. But also, and I'm sure that you guys put this in the newspaper, ordinance 50, right? Yeah, you have to advertise that stuff, right? Okay. I was sure you did.
They're very good about that.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Under what ordinance does the subdivision that you just did fall under? You have ordinances. What ordinance are you working under to make the decision about the subdivision?
No, they're simply being asked by the county to look at this and give a recommendation.
So who's going to make the final decision?
The county has to make the final decision on the subdivision.
Okay. And do you have a planning committee? You mentioned a planning committee.
That's the county,
You're talking about the county?
right?
The county planning
Planning
commission?
commission is the county planning commission. There is no Harford planning commission.
Okay. And you just approved some driveway permits. Were they for industry or private? Who were the driveway permits for on North Harmony and Laurel Lane?
One of the gas companies,
And which gas company is it?
Williams.
And what is the permit for? Is it for pipeline or for a gas site? What are they asking? What are they asking? Huh? Pipeline?
Williams does type pipeline.
Okay, so they're asking for a pipeline. I'd like to ask also, have you ever, the Harford committee here, informed Williams or the county that your ordinances are not to apply? Your noise ordinance isn't to apply. Did you ever inform?
I have spoken, as I said before, I have spoken extensively to the county solicitor about this matter. He reached out to me, I talked to him, I talked to the county planning commission.
And when did you
This
talk
is-
to them? And this is recently?
Several times.
You mean
Several times.
since the
in the last
past,
few months.
or the last several months? So, and you told them what, in the last several months, that they have to go under, that they don't
I
have
told
to?
them that the same opinion I gave the supervisors.
And do you have that in writing somewhere, that you informed
No.
the committee, and then did they inform?
And even if if I was given an opinion to the supervisors, I guess technically it would be public. It wouldn't be something that I would be publishing. I would be giving it to my clients. My client is Harford Township, and the solicitor and the supervisors through that.
I think our solicitors have put a lot of effort into interpreting this law.
Now, Williams can't,
Could you guys even just give me some names here? I don't even know who I'm talking. You know me, and I don't know you. I know Mr. Tuttle
And my son,
and your
Jim
son.
Tuttle.
Okay. You're both Jim?
Yeah.
and
No.
I'm Ben.
Oh, you're Ben. Okay.
Right.
And your name is?
Vera Scroggins.
Okay. I know where you guys live up the same spot?
Yeah.
And where do
Yeah.
you live, Vera?
Silver Lake Township.
You're not a resident of Harford Township?
No.
Okay, well. Thank you
have,
for coming to our meeting.
you're welcome, and I have another comment. Williams can't meet the county ordinance the way it is. So, will you enforce your ordinance? Are you willing to enforce your noise ordinance on Williams?
What ordinance are you talking about? The noise ordinance? or-
Yeah, your noise ordinance. Are you willing to enforce your noise ordinance? Either number 42 or number 44?
How are they not?
Number 42 doesn't apply to this, it has to be number 44 industrial.
Guys,
That's arguable.
just for 1 second, the meeting is open to public comments. People who are taxpayers or residents of the municipality.
Do you have
We
that?
appreciate you coming.
Do you have that in
We don't have
writing?
to let you speak, and we're going to let you speak,
That's
but we
good.
don't have to.
Well, do you have that in writing somewhere that it's only to
The
Hartford?
Constitution,
You have a constitution that says
the
that?
Pennsylvania Constitution.
Well, at other township meetings, non-residents can speak and they don't claim,
Good for them.
and they don't claim the
Try to do it in
constitution.
Scranton.
Well, you'd have to have something in writing beyond the constitution. I'd like you to quote which part of the constitution.
Okay, I'm just telling you that.
All right, I hear you. Are you willing to enforce your ordinance at all, because you do have a noise ordinance?
We have
And-
two of them. You got the residential and you have an industrial.
Okay,
And
so-
in this case, the industrial one,
I'd like to point out, though, that the first one does name industry, whether it be a federal or state, the more, or any of the state.
It's still my opinion that the county takes precedent.
So that means you're not willing to enforce your ordinance then? You're willing to let the county take over your own noise ordinance? And what is your...
Not willing, they have to. If they tried to enforce the ordinance, Williams or any other person or business that they try to enforce it against could say, we don't have to pay any attention to you because the county's...
just let me ask you something. How are they not going under the county ordinance? What are
They're
they?
not, well, they're not able to meet it, because if they were to do their testing, you know, they can
It was all
meet...
tested, they had to send engineers up there and have in writing.
Okay, they have the testing.
What all the decibel levels were, what distances,
That's true. They
in order
have,
to get that, in order to
Right.
get their permit.
so they
So they
got,
have passed the counties.
they have passed the county, you're right.
And the counties is almost identical to ours.
Well,
No, it isn't.
Ours is
Yours,
50 decibels at least 25 feet from the property line. That's at least 25 feet. It can be measured at 1,000 feet. It has no definite distance. It just states that it can't be any closer than 25
isn't
feet.
that beautiful?
That's what our noise ordinance says.
that's how you interpret your noise
Well,
ordinance?
It reads it right there. I've read it 17 times.
Well, I'm reading it also, and it says within 25 feet. Can you read it?
It doesn't say within
At least
25 feet.
I don't think this is... We're not here to debate what the ordinance says. I think you've gotten my opinion.
Yeah, I know.
I don't
Well,
think
at this point, you're not, Williams cannot meet the ordinance the way it's written in your ordinance.
Well, they're saying that they don't have to. It's our opinion that we'll take it to the next higher authority to decide whether they can comply with whether local laws, regulations, and rules apply to our noise ordinance. That's what the next level of authority will decide.
Right. That's, yeah.
But you're making ordinances to protect your residents. So the ordinances were made specifically to protect the residents, not to protect industry. Because you're concerned about your residents, which is a good thing, and you made those ordinances for them. So now we have residents that are harmed and are concerned about the harm, and how are you going to enforce your ordinance? Now, if you're not willing to enforce it, then the residents have recourse to go to the magistrate, to a higher court, and complain about this lack of enforcement and willingness not to enforce it.
All right, I think we've discussed this. It's the opinion of our attorney, so he explained what's what. So as far as I'm concerned, we're not going to discuss it anymore. Got any other questions? Okay. We're going to have an executive session with our attorney.
The only other question is this.
I would mention for the record that the executive session is specifically about current ongoing litigation against the township. As you're probably aware, a lawsuit, and the executive session is allowed to discuss litigation.
Can you tell us what the sense of the lawsuit?
Oh, sure. Well, it's public record. The county has been sued, I mean, the township has been sued with regard to water runoff.
Tyler Lake.
Oh,
Tyler Lake, yeah.
You're Drew Hailstone Jr., right?
Yep.
No, he's
Well, Jamie.
Oh, you're Jamie.
Yes. But that's my dad, yep.
Is he retired?
He's still coming in, so I don't know. He claims he's retired. He's not going out in the middle of the night anymore, I guess is the bottom line.
He wants to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Before you back up, I'll take it off. I got some questions.
Yep, not a problem. And
You know those thumbs on
anything
my
you
phone, the
can,
right
they have,
things, they come to say, how many gigs or
Somebody-
megabytes or whatever they call them, that we need to get the entire.
if they wanna talk to me, and we can try and get, but yeah, if a judge tells us.
How long the meetings are, there's different reports.
I know I've got a 16
Yep.
up at the house, but it's, I put every
Okay,
record
cool.
of the
Have a good
water
one.
company on